It's.
Oh, you did?
Okay. Yes, we're recording.
All right.
We're on right now.
Cool.
So I'm gonna have to scratch this for the second time. This
Okay.
intro. And
then
this
we're
is
gonna
gonna be
go
the one that we're gonna use.
I gotcha.
Guys, welcome. This is the Messarge podcast. Everybody, we have a very great guest today. My brother, Jason. Jason. What did you just do right now? You said you went to the gym, but you walked in with a bag of Arby's. What's up with that?
Yeah, I went to the gym and worked out a little bit. I go to the Elite Fitness in town.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't typically go to the one here in Farmville. I go to the one in Appomattox because the one here in Farmville is it kind of sucks. So
And how does it suck?
it sucks because the amount of equipment they have and the amount of room and space per equipment is very minimal. Like you're basically there's equipment that's stacked on top of equipment, and it's just a little annoying. And there's not a whole lot of air ventilation in there, and it's just not my cup of tea. I just go to the one in Appomattox.
Have you ever considered maybe you're the problem?
Yes, but not with this situation.
Well, what other situations have you considered yourself as, the problem, the root cause, if you will?
Well, I figured that
And just speak, Jay, look, we're recording, but it's whatever. Like, tell me. I want an honest, we're cutting away, we're cutting the green screen. This is real, guys. This is a real conversation between me, Noah Messarge, the host of the Noah Messarge podcast, and my brother Jason, who has no podcast. So, everybody, Jay, when have you been the problem? Jay.
I guess when after having me, mom and dad decided I wasn't good enough, so they had you.
I guess so. Is that how it turned out, Jay?
I don't know how it all actually. I don't know how you might have just came from a busted condom or something.
Mom's incredibly Catholic and religious. There's no way she would allow dad to have a condom on. There's no way. Mom would ninja chop the
I don't
condom
want to
off
actually
with her,
spend too much
what?
time dwelling on that.
Well,
she might have.
You brought it up.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying how you were
brought it up.
born. So, and how that's my biggest problem. I regret is not being good enough at it. Let's see, you were born.
Apparently.
So you were born 5 years. Yeah, later. So
right.
at the age of 5, I couldn't pull it off for them. So they had to have one more. And yeah,
So this has been a lifelong problem for you.
Yeah, I guess you.
Since you were born, since I came out, so if you've had 5 good years on this earth, what have you accomplished in the 5 years you were alive before me?
Before you were born?
Yes.
Yeah, the sad thing is I only remembered, I think my first early conscious memories was maybe a year before you were born.
I thought you were just going to say a year ago. Because
No.
I wouldn't be surprised.
No, it was a year before you were born. So it wasn't very long. So I don't know what I accomplished.
So I just came out and I was like, "Hey guys, I'm here."
You came out. I remember being in my room.
Thanksgiving Day.
Sarah was
2002.
there, and it was Thanksgiving. It might have been.
It was.
And okay, so it was Thanksgiving Day, and I remember mom. I guess mom's water breaking. Well, no, wait a minute.
Okay.
You were born on Thanksgiving Day, but mom water broke a day before.
So I went into
I don't know.
labor with
went
me
to labor
Thanksgiving the day before
before Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving Day, I was the Thanksgiving Day surprise.
You were the Thanksgiving surprise that, what could we say? We all gave thanks for you. You were the world's greatest joy on the Thanksgiving Day of 2002.
I can't help but feel like you're being a little sarcastic when you say that.
I'm sorry.
And
I guess I am.
understand because the point of Thanksgiving is to be thankful.
Yeah.
And you guys had me.
Yeah.
Why weren't you thankful, Jay?
It's sometimes you don't realize how unthankful you are until you're thankful.
Okay. Well, you know what? Look, that's no excuse. All right. You had 5 years on this earth before me to accomplish whatever. You could have been the next baby Van Gogh. We don't know. but you didn't do anything in that time. And I think you kind of squandered it, kind of like you're squandering your life now. So it's kind of like a repetitive process, I would say, in a sense. It's like a hamster wheel, and it's just Jason's life is constantly reaching to that next spot, but he doesn't realize yet it's the same spot he's been in for the past 25 years. Is that right, Jay? Would you agree with that?
I would.
Logic.
I would not agree with that logic, but that was some good trolling.
Something.
That was some good trolling right there.
I'm not trolling. You think I'm trolling? I'm telling you the facts of the situation. All right.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, I mean my life hasn't been a hamster wheel. No, it's definitely gone through tons of different seasons and changes of growth and all this stuff. I mean, it's life.
It's called weather, Jay. Everybody has those seasons.
And experience, and it's so and I don't know. I guess it's interesting because being 25 years old. Mm-hmm. I look around and I see the kids these days, and
you're 25, not 55.
I know, but sometimes I feel like I'm 55. I do feel like, okay, maybe not 55, but I definitely feel like I was not born in the right era of time.
I think Jason being born was the error. Sorry, Jason. I will say
play on words. So, anyways,
listen,
look, are you gonna let me finish?
No, go finish.
You're a horrible host.
This is not horrible, Jay. This
terrible.
Is great entertainment.
You're a terrible toast.
For those 3 people who enjoy this show.
You're a terrible piece of toast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would just say, it's just, it's different because it's, you try to connect with the kids these days, but it's really challenging. You have to really. What age? You have to learn all the new words, the new slangs, like, oh, that slays, or. Oh, that, trying to think of some other ones that y'all use. Gucci. Yeah, that's Gucci. It's bougie, that's something I think we said. So I don't know if that's like this generation thing, but
and just because they're
that slaps.
Expanding, so since they're expanding their like cultural lexicon,
yeah,
you are that's upsetting to you enough to be like, you know what? I'm out. Peace to this generation.
No. I'm just saying it's a lot of work.
Oh, it's a lot of work. So
I'm
working towards
absolutely
understanding, relating to these people.
Yes.
Where do I fall? Because I am technically the age of these people you're referring to, and where do I fall in the?
Yeah, you're interesting. I think you see you're more old school, but you have this ability to connect easier with your age group, I think. So it's interesting. I think you got the best of both worlds. I think you got the not so craziness of this generation, but at the same time, you can still connect with the generation. That's pretty cool.
And you can't.
I could be wrong.
You can't.
I could be wrong.
But why can't? What's stopping you?
I mean, we're connecting with 3 viewers. You said there's 3 viewers who watch this?
My thing is, like you just said, you were like, it's hard to connect. They use these terms. Why can't you start blending in, even if you're faking it? Blend in to the, and like really. And why are you trying to talk to this generation? We don't want to hear from you. Sorry, newsflash, fucko. We don't want to hear from you.
Oh, I mean, what was your question? What did you just ask me?
You're talking about how you can't relate to this new generation of people.
I said it's hard. Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard, and I'm just trying to. I'm just like, why? Why is it so hard for you? Why? What? Just fake being.
You can't. It's what do you? No, you can't fake. What are you talking about?
Just like get out of your comfort zone a little bit, Just be like, oh, let me, because you know how to use these terms. You just said that slaps. You know how to use that. You know when the right time is.
Oh, I'll sarcastically use it.
Well, sarcastically. So you are reluctant. I don't know if that's the right word, but of this generation, you have like, you're like, oh, you know what? I know how to use the stuff, but I'm just gonna make fun of it instead.
I mean, because it's funny. Yeah.
It's funny because you don't have respect for this generation or any. That's not your own.
No, that's not true.
That's not true.
No, I do respect multiple different, and I respect this generation too. It's just, yeah. I mean, it's just harder to. It's harder. It's all about perspective. Let's talk perspective for a bit.
Let's talk perspective. Jason, what is perspective? Tell me.
Perspective is somebody's view of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And if you're in a different generation or you grew up a different way with different sort of religious backgrounds or whatever different backgrounds, then you will acquire a different sort of perspective on life or views on life to a certain degree. So, yeah, I mean, the perspective of this generation, there's some valuable things in that, you know. So if you look back, Dad's generation, right? Mm-hmm. Their perspective on, let's say, feelings, for example, or emotions was very, it wasn't tolerated. It was skewed. Right? It was like they hardly ever, you know, they didn't, and therefore that was a weakness of their generation. I would say would probably be like, or maybe not Dad's generation. It would be Dad's. It would be Grandpa's generation. Yeah. Dad's generation, it started like the hippie movement and stuff like that. But Dad still kind of was old school and stuff. So, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think it's not like Dad's emotionless or expressionless. He's not. But he's not great at expressing his emotion or learning how to do it. So this generation, though, that's what it's all about now. And this generation is all about feelings having to be validated. You know, and there's some good sides to this, like understanding trauma, understanding, you know, the, you know, mental illness. Let's talk about that. You know, let's, you know, bring up these things. So there's some good sides to it for sure. But sometimes you can go on the, you know, you can almost tip the boat the other way and be so immersed with emotions,
you can
feelings.
Care too much about people.
Truth kind of takes the back step, or takes you know, it's a backseat. Yeah. And then it's just, and I think that's part of what problems we're kind of facing now, you know, and yeah, I mean, so
So you're saying we need a balance between the old generation and the new generation? Like
absolutely. I think that would be helpful for sure. Yeah, I am more balanced, I think. At least I try to be, and try to find a balance within a situation. Any situation, I try to find a balance to it.
Can you tell me this? Tell me a situation where you had to find the balance between taking care, or like tuning into your feelings, and also logic and reason, and just when was can you recall a situation where you had to like really use both of those like perspectives of yours?
Okay, can you repeat that question?
Did I lose you?
Well, I think I know what you're saying, but I kind of need to hear.
I just want to hear a story in your life where you you had to use both the like really tuning into the emotions of a situation, and also being logical and more old school in your thoughts. But you had to balance those two very finely, almost like you're balancing a couple of like teaspoons on a cup.
I mean, I don't know. One that comes to mind, but I don't know if I want to talk about it. I mean,
I think we're here to talk about and just have an open conversation. Like there was no camera here, but there is. That's the only difference. So just like remove the camera out of your mind and be like, hey, I'm talking to you right now. We're having a conversation. We're not talking to them. They're listening to us. So tell me something. Right. Tell me something real, Jay.
I mean, well, so, you know,
you said you had a situation come to mind, but you're
hesitant. I did have a situation that come to mind. I mean, I don't know. I guess, you know, one thing would be probably with our grandmother, our Nana, our dear beloved Nana, and having to work with, you know, the emotions and try to feel out, you know, how Nana felt and how Nana feels.
I just want to let you know right now, I'm not touching this one with a 10-foot pole. Like,
oh,
I'm not,
really? Now?
No, I'm not.
Why
just,
is that?
I want to
Noah?
hear you out. I want to hear you out, but I don't know. I just like I'm afraid of her Nana, Jay. She has ties with the mafia. All right. So, but
You're
like,
right.
continue.
Maybe we should just
No,
stop
no, no,
this
I'm not.
conversation.
I'm
Maybe they're
not,
listening
listen,
in.
Listen. I'm not telling you that to stop talking. I'm just saying I probably
All
don't
right.
have a lot to comment about.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not going to go into it.
Okay, sure. Just
Deeply.
give me.
I'm just giving you an overview.
Oh, for sure.
So,
for sure.
You know, that's all I was going to
Lay
do.
it on thick, baby.
So, basically, you know, you have this situation where it's basically I don't want to say grudge match, but it's you know, there's some conflict between mom and Nana, and that's very difficult as a grandchild, grandson, granddaughter for Sarah, to be able to work with that dynamic between your grandmother and your mother. And to be honest, you know, this has been sort of a recurring theme, I think, throughout most of my life, at least, where you have, you know, typically, you know, Nana was upset with one party or another, and then there's this side that you had to take in order to, you know, like, whose side are you on? You know, it's this. Actually, it's probably common with most families. It's probably, you know, I don't know, but it's basically like you have to take one side. So you have to use truth, wisdom, discernment to figure out what is right. But then you also have to, like you were saying earlier, tune into the emotions of the person, both people, both parties that are, you know, in conflict with each other, and try to work out a solution. So that's tricky, and sometimes it's just, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's impossible, but sometimes it just takes a while, you know, for that person to sort of come to grips with how they're acting and
The reality
of the situation. Yeah. Because you need to start with a reality check and then work from there. But yeah, so that's the situation that comes to my mind.
Who's supposed to come first with the reality check? Because I feel like because like you said, there's two sides of the situation, right? Mm-hmm. You got Nana, you got Mom. They're both like shitting on each other a little bit, like in certain ways. They're like, oh, well, this one said this and this one kicked me out of the house, which she did. But like, that's not, listen.
I thought we weren't going to go into
Well, no,
details.
I'm just saying, I mean, that's not that big of a detail.
Right, I mean,
people,
all right, whatever.
People are going to be, you know.
Didn't actually kick Nana out of the house, just for reference.
Okay.
I mean, but yeah, that's what Nana feels like. That's what basically
A little
took
bit,
place.
maybe, yeah. Uh-huh.
No, that's what she does. That's what
Yes,
she
for
believes.
sure.
She believes she was kicked out. Mom's said, you know,
Yeah,
no, we
but-
had this agreement that you would stay for this long. I was taking care of you.
But like with the situation, right? Like they both believe in their own truth of what happened. Nana believes she was kicked out of the house, kicked to the curb. Mom feels like Nana was squatting in her house and she had to do something about it because that's her house. She doesn't want an old woman squatting there. So like they both have these, you know, interpretations, perspectives of what happened, but their reality is that they are right. So in that situation, somebody's got to find a resolution, correct? Where do you go when this happens, Jason? I want to know what you think. Where do you go? Like, I really don't know. I think it's different for every situation, obviously, but there's like, it's an interesting dynamic, especially that there's so many parties involved. The grandchildren, and you have like
Aunt
aunts, Aunt Carrie,
Yeah.
uncles. There's a lot of interests being played in this situation. There's a will involved. There's financial funds in the line of fire, and we don't know. We don't know what to do. So, Jason, where do you go? You can play God in this situation. Like you see everything, you see how it's going. Like, what is the best course of action to happen?
Well, if I was looking at this like a chessboard, I would what I would think would be, oh yeah, and then you got a lot. I just thought of the one other thing too. Or
What's that?
estranged aunt too.
Yeah.
Aunts and estranged aunts. Oh my gosh. So if I was looking at this like a chessboard, I would say here's the thing. I think this is the thing. Mom, what you need to do first is get mom even willing to continue to fight in the good sense. Fight for resolution. Because I think right now, and I might even think I think Nana is, I don't know what Nana is thinking right now.
Well, I think
Nana wants to make everything better.
Yeah.
She wants to be involved with the family and but mom's like mom doesn't have the fight in her. I know that. Like as far as like she needs rest. And there's a time and season for everything. So I'm not necessarily opposed to mom taking a break where she can.
Well, in a
situation,
can I say something? Can I say something? In a situation like this, time is of the essence. All right. There is a mother in Florida right now wishing for her daughter back.
Can I have my Arby's water, please?
Sure, Jay. Sure. But
Thank you.
Nana, she has a very interesting relationship with mom. All right. Nana had 2 kids. One of them we didn't know about until recently. From this one, guy. They get divorced.
Whoa! What are we talking about here?
I'm explaining Nana's like life story here.
Oh wow!
So no, I'm just a little bit
into everything here?
No. I'm just saying like Nana, right?
Okay.
Got married, had 2 kids. First one kept. Second one, she was like, I got to get out of this marriage. I'm dumping this one in Missouri somewhere or wherever, right? Like that happened. That's real. And now. She got married, not now, but like now back then in the 60s, she remarried, had 2 more kids, a daughter and a son. She's both very proud of, and she loved that marriage. Nana still has hate for this the first marriage, and I think that hate may influence why she acts a certain way around mom, because mom is from that first marriage, and she has a lot of Nana has a lot of feelings about that whole situation, and she's like, he was a piece of shit. She doesn't like that whole situation. She got rid of Catherine, so she really couldn't deal with that any longer. So
the thing with Kathy is that we don't. It's now known that it wasn't the same. It wasn't mom's dad. Like mom and Kathy are half sisters.
What?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Once the DNA test came back in.
Oh, so she's so
it was with Russell. It was with this guy named Russell something, Faulkner or something like that. From but anyway,
I had no idea. Wow. Okay.
So the thing is this. I don't know. You could always cut this out too. So
we're not. We're leaving it all in.
Well, you might want to cut it out.
Well,
I don't know.
Okay.
You want.
Well, the more we talk about it, the more people, when they see this, they're gonna be like, you should have cut that out.
Yeah.
If we keep on talking about it, they're gonna be like, wow, they really spent a long time talking about how they want to cut that out. So it really kind of like puts a spotlight on this segment of the podcast.
This right here should get cut out, and if this is not cut out and you're still watching this, then God bless you.
Yeah,
That's impressive. So the thing with that is it's not mom's dad that Nana had. So I don't know what situation revolved around it. Mm-hmm. It could have been something pretty bad. I don't know. So there may be reasons why she did that. We can't just assume the worst, like, oh, Nana just didn't want to have another child, and then how hard that would be to have 2 children and try to get remarried. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But we do know also that Nana's first husband, mom's dad, was abusive towards Nana. And so we do have to understand that, that's she suffered a lot. Nana's had a hard life.
Hold that one thought, Jay. Time for our sponsor. Okay, guys, today's sponsor is Trojan Condoms.
Arby's.
You see what happens when you forget the condom up there. Anyways, Jason, continue.
Yes, you have a 6th child that... No, okay. So, anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. I guess it was just saying we don't know Nana's circumstances and that. But so anyway, so yeah, I would say, right now it's just difficult situation. And I think until you kind of get mom to feel some sympathy or empathy towards Nana, then I don't think anything's going to happen. Nana's, I think that would help.
My whole thing.
The one thing, hold on.
Sure.
Before, let me stop.
All right.
Full stop. The one thing that would absolutely change the situation around immediately is if Nana said she was wrong. Just wanted to put that out there. If Nana goes, Jean Ann, you really didn't kick me out there. I understand. I was pushing too much more time and stressing you out more than I needed to, and I should have realized that you needed a break and just went to Florida or earlier than I had said, or that would work things out pretty much immediately if Nana sort of owns up to some degree of responsibility for why things are the way they are now.
So to go back to my other question, if you were playing God in this situation, you would have Nana apologize to mom.
I would have somebody, I would have Nana own up because that would be the truth. Mom. So
you're taking mom's side.
Mom didn't do well. I'm on the side of reality and truth here. So, and this is where it is. This is where feelings, right? Mm-hmm. What someone feels and what truth, like where it kind of where the rubber meets the road.
Okay.
And it's just like, mom did a tremendous amount for Nana. The agreement was this amount, like stay here at our house, and then for the next bit, you stay at Aunt Carrie's. And Nana went past that. She 6 months. I think she almost stayed at our house for 2 years. I think it was only supposed to be 1 year. But mom, I don't think mom did really anything wrong in this situation. But there's some things she could probably own up to for sure. I mean, never really do you have one party that's perfectly exempt from all responsibility of anything. So I guess mom could own up to a little bit, but I would say, if I was, looking at this like a chessboard here, I would want Nana for sure to be humble about the situation and own up to some degree of the situation. I think it would fix itself out actually if that happened. So
Nana, if you're listening right now, you heard it right here from your grandson Jason, the one and only. If you want to make amends with this family, you're going to have to apologize to a mother. Is that right, Jay?
Yeah, that would be about right, I think.
I think that's a great idea.
I mean, she told me. I asked Nana. I was like, Nana, are you saying that you can't have a relationship with me if you and mom can't get along? And she said yes.
Wait, she can't or can?
She can't. She cannot.
She cannot.
She said she cannot have a relationship with me.
That's really funny because I talked with Nana. I'm dead serious, by the way. I talked to Nana a couple weeks ago, and she was like, "You fucking mother." And I was like, I know, Nana. I was like, I know. I was like, hey, if there's anything I can do, Noah from Farmville, not from Farmville, but here right now, I can and I will. I will help you out any way you want.
Yeah.
I definitely agree that Nana does need to make amends, but also you can't forsake family. I mean, I think there's a time in the season where you don't talk to them for sure. But
I
just
agree. That's what I'm saying.
At the end of the day, we are under a time crunch. Nana is approaching that day.
She's 85.
But my point, Jay, is she told me, she was like, Noah, I was like, Nana, I'll help you out anyways, and she was like, I appreciate it, and we were good terms. I was like, I hope this doesn't mean anything for us. This sounds weird, this phone call, hey, I hope this doesn't affect our relationship, Nana. But no, she was chill though. She was chill with me. She didn't say, oh, I can't talk to you anymore because it's mom, your mother. She was like, let's chill.
It's interesting.
So maybe
Nana does say a lot of.
Did you do something to Nana?
No, but Nana says a lot.
Okay.
She says a lot of crap that doesn't.
Did you cancel Nana's phone plan?
No.
Jay, you're lying. I had a conversation with Nana.
Anything. I let it run out.
You let it run out.
Yes.
and you did not renew it.
I did not.
How much does that phone, just like, so people that are listening right now have an idea of like the financial situation of this phone plan, right? How much was it a year?
A year it is $120 a year.
So you can take $120 out of your pocket and put it towards the phone plan and be like, okay, that's done. It's out of my life.
Well, I had already. I've done that for 2 years now. So I have 240 wrapped up, and then I think the phone plus the SIM card was like $100. So I have about 340 into this.
Yeah.
And counting, as far as I know, because after she called me and worked it out, where it was like, okay, it looks like I'm stuck paying her phone bill the rest of my life. So yeah, it's
so you're paying
counting.
it. So you're paying it now.
Yeah, it's still counting.
So you tried to let it run out.
I tried to let it run out, and hopefully inspire Nana to pay for it with her own money, but. Yeah. I caved in.
Well, I talked with Nana. Nana was like this. Nana told me, she was very blatant with what she said. She was like, Noah, I gave Jason some money after selling the car. My Nana had a vehicle that she sold. Jason and her split the profits. And she was like this. She was what?
I'm trying to think, actually. Technically, Nana got half, but then I split mine. Dad for
how did that happen? How did Dad like an outside party with no connection to this car?
I think it was
profit.
only $1,000.
Dad's like a realtor. Like he's just just sifting packets of money from this deal. That's funny.
I can't remember why. I think it might have been because of insurance. I think it might have been because of insurance or something. But yeah. But anyway, yeah. So whatever. Yeah, she did do that though. Yeah.
And how much money did you have left?
Oh, just about almost half of what we sold, what she sold it for.
So like $7,000.
What I sold. Technically, I sold it for her, managed it, and all that. And now, I did do things for her with the car as far as maintaining it and giving it oil changes, different things like that, cleaning it and then selling it. But yeah, I mean, still no. That I would completely agree. That was gift money I did not earn for sure. That was then that she had given it to me, She said, I want you to have this, and so that was pretty much it. But yeah, she used that as a form of trying to say why I need to be paying her phone bill.
Well, I mean, you could just also use take $120 out of the profit you made from that deal and just put it towards the phone plan.
I mean, well, yeah, I mean, I threw that all in my bank account. I could do that. That's fine. It just, if you're going to give somebody a gift, give it to them without expecting them to now owe you something. That's not how you give gifts. I'm sorry. It's not. When I offered you that sandwich there, Noah, I wasn't trying to trick you into eating that so I can get you to do some favors for me. That's not right. That's not how you give a gift. When you give a gift, you don't expect anything in return. And Nana, though, I mean, I guess it's common with people in general, but that's, I don't know. I just don't. So, but I should know better. Like that's why I try not to take anything from Nana. I'm glad there's no will for me. I don't want there to be a will, honestly. I mean, I don't want to be in the will. I guess if I am, that's whatever. I mean, I guess, I don't know, because at that point, it doesn't matter, right? It's not like Nana will be calling me up from beyond the grave asking for favors.
Well, we don't know that yet, so.
We don't, I guess.
She might come to
It's always possible.
Yeah, she might come to you in a dream.
She might do that. She might come to me in a dream. But but no, I mean, while she's here though on Earth, yeah, I don't ask for money. Never ask for money from Nana, unless it's something that she unless I bought groceries for her and I'm like, yeah, the bill was this. I feel like we're kind of getting off track. This is a very long conversation.
We're just talking. Well, we're just talking. That's all. Jay, what kind of sandwich is this from Arby's?
That's a roast beef sandwich. And there's
Do
gum
they just
in there.
throw it in the bag? Oh,
I threw my empty wrapper in there.
okay.
Is this the right time to be doing this?
Sure.
You're gonna eat that right now?
I'm gonna take a bite.
Okay.
Is that okay?
This is your show.
I hope it's okay. Is that barbecue sauce?
Yeah.
Roast beef?
Yeah.
It's really not bad.
It's not. It's good.
That roast beef. Is it really roast beef?
I'm really
It's
impressed
Arby's.
with Arby's food. It's pretty good.
Isn't it all like fake ingredients?
I thought it was originally, but I've heard it's pretty good, so I picked up that. Well, that was 2 for $7. They had 2 of those sandwiches for $7. No, drink really or chips or
That's not bad.
fries. It's just a sandwich, but 2 for $7 still is a pretty good deal.
Yeah, that's not a bad sandwich.
So
It tastes like Memphis sauce a little bit.
I think you got a little schmutz right there. Yeah.
Are you Jewish now? Or
You got a little.
are you saying schmutz? Jew?
Just schmutz. It's not Jew,
Okay.
but I am 1% Jew.
Yeah. That's what I mean, Jay.
You're 1% Jew.
Yeah, that's what they all say. Jay, what's going on right now? Like, what's happening in your life right now? Like, what's your what does a day in Jason's life look like? Do you make time to go roller skating still?
Yeah, I try to. Yeah, I went roller skating a couple Sundays ago. It's pretty good. Yeah, it was, and actually some people from church came along too. That was fun. I enjoy roller skating. Yeah, I want to get better at it though. I want to get better at ice skating too. But yeah, I'm trying to think of any other. I've been playing volleyball a lot. LU, the courts, pretty fun. I'm a volleyball fan now.
The old V-ball.
The old V-ball. I used to be pretty bad at it.
Yeah.
Do you remember when they were playing? They might still play those volleyball tournaments.
Yeah,
At
I know what you mean.
the gym over there by Calvary.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember putting in a team once or twice. I think I might have done it 2 years or something, and we were the worst team in that league. And I don't think we won one game.
And why do you think that is?
Probably because
Was that another error?
it was probably because I was playing it.
Yeah.
And I was
Were you
and I was
coaching it?
recruiting the players, and I mean, I recruited decent players. They weren't bad, but I was either second. You need a good leader. You know what I mean? Like the team captain needs to be at least somewhat competent in the game.
Yeah.
In order for
Well, you kind of have to be like Patton. You got to know how to rally up the troops.
yeah, you need to be like Patton. Yeah, that's
And you're the like when I hear the Patton, the opposite of that thought is you playing volleyball.
absolutely yeah. That's the image I get in my mind too when I think of the opposite of Patton.
Yeah.
So it was but things are different.
What drives? What drive? What kind, Jay? Like, what drives you to be like, hey, I need to be a volleyball coach. I'm gonna make my own team. Like, what thoughts in combination with each other, like, has that chain reaction? That's what I want to know. Like, walk me through that headspace, because I've never in my life, I can say this with 100% certainty, have I thought, you know what would be good? Volleyball. You know what would be better? Me coaching it. I've never thought that. I've literally never thought that.
Okay.
So maybe you can
fair.
maybe you can help me tune in
Tune in.
to this kind of like mindset you have. What is it? What does it take?
Well, number one, it takes liking sports and being, somewhat being athletic and liking sports, which I am. Mm-hmm. So was I good at volleyball? No. So, but that's one thing. That's one key ingredient.
Yeah.
Another key ingredient is doing it with friends.
Mm-hmm.
And a third ingredient that always helps is having a girl that you like play.
Oh, this is interesting now.
league.
But also, I just have to
you
say,
match those three in, and that's enough for me.
I just
and free time. You need free time.
I have to say this. I would say, let's talk about our brother Bob. All right, Bob he loves football. Bob loves football. This is facts. All right, we're dealing with actual like proof.
Okay. Yeah.
Bob has a football fantasy league, correct? Or does he still
play
play
fantasy football?
Yeah, fantasy football.
I think he still plays. Yeah.
All right. Do you see Bob, age 30 something, age unknown, going to the Liberty University fields, being like, "Hey, I got the pigskin. Let's make up a little scrimmage team." My main point.
You just made a comparison of fantasy football to real football.
No, I'm just saying. But you said you have to like sports. I don't think that's all it takes. I think it's other stuff.
3 different things.
Yeah.
Well, maybe 4.
But
I said 4 different things.
Liking sports, what I'm trying to say is liking sports doesn't necessarily make you want to be like a part of a small team. And I'm just trying to but me saying this is just I want to dig further into really what made you. You said liking a girl. What
No, I mean,
can we say names?
It's the 3. I think you overthink too much.
I'm a little neurotic.
You try to dig for gold in a trash compactor or something. I mean, it's the 4 things I gave you. So it's liking sports. It's the league is with people you know, so friends. It's free time, and it's also girl that you like that is playing in the league. So those 4 things are enough.
So if you have all 4 of those things, are you guaranteed to be a coach or start a team, or is it?
Well, no, I didn't want to be a coach.
Okay, but start a team.
I wanted just to play.
Start a team.
Yeah, I mean, that was the only way really to play was to start a team. So that's why I did that. But
so you said there was a romantic interest involved too in this whole.
Yeah, a little bit.
You saw a girl, you were like, "Hey, she's pretty cute. Let me play volleyball because that's what all the ladies like. Sweaty, being just sweaty and jumping and doing this. That's all you do."
No, not really. I mean, maybe back then, I guess if you don't play volleyball, you kind of think maybe that's all that's entailed. But volleyball is actually a pretty legitimate sport.
Okay.
No, I enjoy it now for the actual sport. Like getting out there, especially. I mean, I go to the beach or the sand courts at Liberty.
When do you go? Do you go to the beach?
You can dive on the sand. You can go all out on the court at Liberty, and it's actually pretty fun. Yeah, just the sport itself, and I'm good at. The thing is too, is that when you're good at something, it makes you want to like it more. You know, it's fun to play. And the better you are at it, the more it is, the more fun it is to play. So, it was hard the first couple times playing, in the league there at that gym, but now I enjoy it. Actually, find it fun and exciting
because
thrilling.
Because you're pretty good at it.
Because I'm good at it. Yeah, yeah. I guess really that's really, and then maybe it just took time to get used to it.
Have to kind of warm up to the idea at first,
Yeah, I think it does. I think it does take time. But roller skating is another example. Didn't like it because anytime the few times I'd go out with a church youth group or something like that, we would go roller skating at AJ's or LaHaye. Go ice skating.
How old were you when that happened?
So I went to LaHaye ice skating, the LaHaye Ice Center does ice skate for Daniel Fisher's birthday party, when I was 16.
Really?
Yeah, 16 or 17.
Who took you?
I was 16. Huh?
Who took you?
I don't know. We just caravanned up.
Oh, you caravanned.
Yeah.
How did you manage to find a ride to the caravan?
The Fishers, I think it was. I think Daniel. Well, Daniel might have been driving at that point because he's a year older than me. So I think he was driving maybe, and a couple others drove. I forget whether. I think Sherry drove, and anyways, whatever. So my point is though is it was awful. I felt like
okay.
1,000 times.
Yeah.
And I was so freaking sore when I got back home. I was like, I don't know if I ever want to go ice skating again or roller skating for that. But it was also embarrassing. It's embarrassing to fall on your butt like 100 times.
1,000 times, yeah.
Yeah, it really is. And so it's like, it was just a bad experience.
That's why I don't like AJ's Skate World, because I've been to other roller skating rinks, and usually the light is dim, so like it's kind of like hard to see people like that aren't immediately in front of you. So like when you fall, you're like, at least I'm not like in the spotlight. But when I'm at AJ's, it's like they turn the lights on to the brightest setting, and I'm like blind. It's blind. It's like everybody. The spotlight is on me. Falling on my ass like 800 times a night.
I haven't been to any other skating rink other than AJ, so I don't know. It is kind of bright in there, but it's not like super bright.
Yeah.
But you might have a point.
Should be dim.
The dimmer the better for sure. Yeah. And so now it's more fun because I don't fall all the time. Now I maybe fall once or twice during a skating session.
Warming up a little bit, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And when you're falling, when you're like you feel your balance
you feel
fading,
it going over.
It's starting to disappear. What kind of thoughts come to mind? What kind of imagery do you picture?
That's a good
in that
question.
moment.
My life kind of flashes before my eyes a little bit. No, I think the first thought that goes in my mind
I want to know, just like fucking cut the shit.
Well, okay. So
let's pry in there. Let's get the tweezers.
Honestly, I try to keep myself up until the very unless I'm like.
So you're holding on to this like falsified hope.
Yeah,
and you're like, I'm not gonna fall.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna fall. I'm
Even
still in the air.
If I'm in the process of falling, like in the literal process.
So
of falling.
you're
it's
straight
like,
denial.
Doesn't hit me until I'm actually on the ground.
So Jason could be like eighths of an inch off of the ground, and Jason's like millisecond.
Did I say millisecond? I can be a millisecond.
We're measuring sounds
with time.
No,
you're measuring distance with time. So, yeah, that's what I just. But when you're about ready to fall, you gotta keep your knees bent. Okay?
Yeah,
Gotta keep your knees bent. Not so wide of a base, but not too close, not too narrow, just the right. And bend knees. Lower your back a little bit. Like kind of try to stay lower to the ground. Don't be so top heavy, you know. Don't be like standing up straight stiff. Like you want to kind of get low. And
don't be Robert from Everybody Loves Raymond, is what Jason's saying.
Yeah.
Just don't be a tall target
That's
for
right.
like people to run
Robert.
into. Yeah. All right.
So
okay.
That's what I found helpful.
So what goes through your mind is I'm Jason roller skating right now. I'm Jason roller skating. Guys, here's an impression of Jason roller skating. Roller skating. Oh, I'm starting to lose my balance. Oh no, I'm not gonna fall though. I'm not gonna fall. Oh, I'm getting my butt's sitting almost too close to the floor, but it's gonna come up. Oh, I hit the ground. Is that what happens? Is that like accurate?
Something like that.
Is that accurate to say?
Accurate enough.
That was accurate enough?
Yeah, that's accurate enough. Yeah.
Wow. I must be a genius. I don't know. That was amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Jason, in these trying times, how are you having a positive mental state?
In these trying times. How do you
maintain a positive state?
A positive state. Positive state. Okay. Mental or I mean,
yeah.
Trying times. I don't know. I guess well, for me, a lot of my stability comes from my spiritual walk. So I think regardless of what's going on in the world around me, I can still have a stable mind and process if I have that. But yeah, work also plays a pretty big role. I mean, I'm I think it's important that people find a job that they like and can make a living from and can be fulfilled from a job that they like. That's important. You know, that helps bring stability into somebody's life. Let's see what else.
Isn't it good to be in chaos though? And like what I mean by chaos is just like a state of trying and you're unsure and every move seems like the wrong one and you're just feeling stressed and anxious and you're like I could just buy all of the drinks, all of the water at Sheets and just be broke. If I bought every case of water at Sheets, I will be broke. Like you have those thoughts and you can easily do them, but it's that brain, the same brain that's saying, "Hey, buy all the water at Sheets," is saying you can't do that. You can't do that, man.
So it's like being rational and irrational at the same
Yeah,
time.
exactly. That's my brain.
That's
my brain.
Okay.
But I feel like you learn a lot of life lessons having that kind of brain or like mindset of just being like, I could
do something.
Yeah.
But it's like, but no, I won't do that something because of this.
And also just living that just tippy toe, hope I don't fall through the floor type of lifestyle. I feel like that's also not as like a permanent thing, but like going through seasons of that is incredibly important. And I think by being too cushy, you are preventing yourself from allowing those experiences to fulfill in your life, however they seek fit. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I don't feel like it connects well with what I'm saying.
Like on one hand, like I mean, yes, I'm eating the sandwich. I'm eating the sandwich right now, right?
Uh-huh.
But I know I'm gonna have to run to burn this.
Okay.
And I know this isn't even real beef. Like this is like lab food. I'm eating like something a rat should be eating. To experiment if I get lupus in the next 2 months, But I'm eating it, and I'm just saying, you know what? Hey, whatever happens, happens. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you not like?
No, I
do you
don't
not
understand what you're saying. No. But
I'm just saying. I'm saying right now is I think you got to take risks.
I will take
even if they sound like a bad idea.
I figured that's what you're saying. I figured what you're saying is like to be in a season of conflict or chaos in your life is not necessarily
a bad thing. I think it's actually beneficial because then those easy times are like, wow, this is nice.
No, you're absolutely right because this brings up a really good point because the fact of reality is you will not always be in a peaceful state of mind your entire life. Mm-hmm. You will have times where there's chaos around you.
For sure.
So if you're conditioned to be able to control yourself in that seasons of chaos,
if you're like if you know how to deal with it and maneuver,
where you can where you can still work and like you can still maintain a straightforward mind about yourself and not get panicked or. I agree. There's sides to that. What you're saying is absolutely true. Yeah.
When you can learn how to deal with suffering, you enjoy the nice parts of life even more.
True,
I would say.
True. Now, that's another thing. No, suffering isn't necessarily the same as chaos or disorder in your life. But yeah, suffering is a good example too. So stability, instability, peace, conflict. Or joy and sorrow. Because the fact of the matter is you're going to experience all different seasons in your life. So, yeah, you shouldn't be afraid to and yeah, I think for me that does come as a bit of a struggle because I'd rather not have to deal with something I'm uncomfortable with. That's something I struggled with in my earlier days. I feel like the last couple of years has changed quite a bit because I've gone through those seasons of chaos and sorrow and all kinds of different crap where it's like it's how
did you manage?
I'm like it grew me in such a way that I didn't even think was possible. So I guess what I'm trying to say is though I was terrified though at that idea at a younger age. Like even like the idea of running out of money or like not being able, like living under a bridge and not having any work. That's why I went to work at such a young age too, is so that I could, not be, broke by the time I was older, and and I didn't want to struggle with money. So I mean, these things, they can kind of become an idol to a point too, because now it's like, oh, money is your idol. So
do you feel like you've made money your idol in your life?
I think at certain times I have. Not so much I wanted more money so that I could spend it on things, but so that I could not. So
ease of life.
I could feel, no.
Oh.
But no, because,
Sorry.
no, what it was I wanted it because I felt like I would be secure with money. Mm-hmm. Money has a deceiving quality about it where it sort of comes around like it's offering security, financial security, but what is it? No, what is paper dollars?
Paper dollars is what they used to call me when I was doing card tricks. I was about 9, and they would be like, paper dollars. Yo, bring that deck of cards over there, paper dollars,
So, yeah, I mean, yeah. So, paper dollars is just trees,
Yeah, man.
It's just trees. It's just paper.
And you can do a lot of things with trees. You can
do
smoke
a lot of
trees.
things. You can smoke trees.
You can make money out of trees.
You can build a house with trees.
Yeah.
It's just like, so it's just the mindset I had was wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's what it is. I've kind of like, I'm growing, I'm always growing. We're all
You're
growing,
constantly
I'm
evolving.
and I'm just that. So I'm trying to be aware of those different things that I struggle with, and because idols can be so
Hey, Jay,
tricky,
could
dude.
you?
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
move
I'm
the mic-
sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
You're good.
Like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speak.
I gotcha.
Yeah, you're good.
But like, we can really develop idols in our life that we don't even think about. Like I don't know. It's just.
Is my couch becoming an idol?
Huh?
I said, is my couch becoming an idol? Like.
No, I'm just saying we can be unaware of
Your
things
bed?
that we put so much attention on.
A bed could
and
be an
worship,
idol. A toilet, if you poop a lot.
Toilet.
Yeah. If you have like irritable bowel syndrome.
Creflo Dollar has a golden toilet in his house.
Mm-hmm. That's a little
Just
excessive.
saying.
Just how a bottle of wine could be your idol, so can a table.
Well, I don't. No, I think alcohol is
Yeah.
more of a coping mechanism for most people. But
For sure.
no, yeah, I mean it's just what you value. So if you highly value something, you can highly value yourself. You become your own idol, and you start forgetting about other people.
Have you ever dealt with that situation in your life where you or somebody you loved thought that way?
Where they put themselves above others?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all do that.
You want to talk about a situation where that happened? Get off your chest.
What is this? Therapy session?
We're just talking.
No, I know. Well, I'm talking to. Yeah, I think you bring up a good point there. Let me think. I'm kind of getting tired of talking.
Are you? Well, you shouldn't, Jay. It's only been an hour.
Really? I feel like it's been more than an hour.
It's been 1 hour and 1 minute.
Oh,
Look,
wow.
Jay, like the thing is
so,
like,
well,
okay,
yeah. Well, so
Uh-huh.
lose my train of
Go
thought
ahead,
here.
Joe.
Like seriously, I don't talk for this long.
Well, Jay, maybe
Okay.
that's your problem. Maybe this is where this is like Willy Wonka's fucking chocolate factory. All right, we can do anything. Like we can help you. We can give you therapeutic advice. We can challenge you. We can do a lot of things here. So like, let's benefit from this time.
Benefit.
Yo, Ben, make me that frit.
Ben, what about Frit?
Jay, I think this is a great time right now, and that's okay. You feel like you're tired. That's okay that you can't focus anymore because this has been a long conversation. I think just go with it.
So, I mean,
What's your response?
Well, I think what I'm hearing you say is
Benefit.
You need to do this because what this will do is it'll help you speak without any
Look. Well, I'm not saying. Look, I'm not saying these results are guaranteed from coming onto my podcast, but we've had positive feedback. All right. I think
you have testimonies.
We have testimonies
on here where people on here talk.
I get emails.
Committed,
I get several emails a day telling people telling
thefts.
me how well this has helped them.
Has this helped them, or I thought you were going to say
this has helped
turned
them.
their life around for the worse?
This has helped them.
Make sure you smash that thumbs down button and you hit unsubscribe.
And this is why we don't This is why me and Jason can't hang out. He just brings the negative energy. He's thumbs down, unsubscribe.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like make sure it's because you think I'd be saying smash the thumbs up button. You know what I'm saying? Smash that thumbs down button on this video.
I think, Jay, this is what I think. All right. You are a guy who goes to the gym. You get Arby's, right?
I get Arby's, yeah.
You come here and you film a podcast with me, and you know what? You know what, Jay?
Yeah. What's up?
I think you crave something more in life. I think you crave the unimaginable. What do you think about that?
I really don't even know what to say about that. I really don't.
Yeah, I bet you don't. I
My
bet we
mind
can't
is
even
so
imagine
blown
it
right now. My mind, it's unimaginable.
Jason, you're 20. You're a 20-year-old. Have you been in a romantic relationship before in your life?
When I was 20? Yeah.
You were. Care to talk about that?
You're 20, right?
I'm 20 right now.
Okay. You turned 21, yeah. Yeah, no. So
let's talk
that
about
was
that.
my first that was the first time I dated a girl.
And was it the last time too?
No.
Oh. Okay, let's just
No,
let's run through your history real fast. Let's
No,
not in a this is not a bragging. This is like, hey, I was in this thing and then this happened. It's like you're it's kind of like you're writing a story about your life. So let's talk about it, Jay. You at 20 years old, you entered your first relationship. Tell us about it. How did that happen? How did you meet the girl? Let's just start from scratch.
I don't know. No. I don't feel like going into the details of my past relationships.
Okay, well then just give me
I'll give you a synopsis, an overview.
Well, give me the main points.
I'm not going to go in I met her here or there and
I mean, gives context.
So the first
if you don't want to,
okay, fine, whatever. I guess it was a church youth group or young adult group. We met at Headwaters Lodge in Headwaters, Virginia, and so that's where I met the first one.
And what year was this?
This would have been in
2017, 2018,
2019 or 2018. Might have been 2018. I think it was 2018, yeah. And so then met a girl, and she went to a church in Harrisonburg, and so anyways, oh my gosh, I forgot how that all worked out.
That's why
I don't know.
That's why we're talking about right now.
I think
yeah.
I think I got her number somehow. No, maybe I didn't. Maybe I asked for her number from somewhere else. I can't remember. I think.
Did you ask her brother?
No.
Does she have a brother?
She does have a brother. Okay. Yeah, Silas.
So you asked a friend. Maybe.
Yeah, but it wasn't her brother. But anyways, it's just so that went fine. I mean, that only lasted a month.
Why was it so short?
The distance is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Distance is a big thing, and I think probably it was my first relationship. Who?
It's the fridge. Your door? It's the fridge.
Oh, your fridge makes that noise?
Yeah.
Okay. Might want to get Ghostbusters up in here. So
Or the ice machine busters.
or the ice machine busters.
To chisel that
Or maybe Dave,
gigantic block of ice in my fridge.
maybe Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
Get David Buster's up here. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know why it didn't last very long than that. I mean, I really feel like I hardly got to know her, but it's fine. I think it was a good first relationship. You know what I mean? As far as here's the one. If I could go back in time and tell my younger self something, it would be that the first relationship won't work out.
Really?
The first relationship most of the time doesn't work out.
Is this something is this your gospel, or is this just in like most situations?
I think this is almost a, yeah, I mean, I think the statistics probably are extremely, extremely high on it. I think one of the reasons is because you're not, at least in my case, it was the fact I was not
self-aware.
So no, it was not. I'm shy. I'm more of the shy type, and when it comes to girls, I'm like extremely shy.
Jason.
So it's learning how to, like, okay, I got feelings for a girl, but how do I even begin to express myself to her, you know? So that was, I think, the biggest problem. That I think that's honestly why she broke up with me, because I probably was
insecure, needy,
shy, not insecure. I don't know. It's not that. It's just the fact that I didn't know how to even really, like, talk to, you know, you got to learn how to talk to women.
Yeah.
You got to learn how to keep their interest. You got to learn how to, you know, it's just, yeah. So it's
also, so do you don't, obviously, I think it's safe to say, do you feel the same way around guys where you're like, oh, I don't know what to say. You don't feel that way, do you? Because you're like comfortable around guys. Is that yes or no?
Yeah.
Or some people, or is it just people in general where you're like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's two sides of it, because you can't. Is
it just really ladies? Is it just the ladies?
It's right. So it's total. It's this. It's the fact that I was socially
inept.
Inept is a good word to use. Growing up to the point where it was. I learned how to. Okay, yeah. There's all kinds of different dimensions to this, as far as like
guys. Hold on. That's a great tagline for the podcast. We can surf through different dimensions. That's like, what dimension is this, Jason?
I didn't think I said surf. I said surf. Oh, okay. I just said there's different dimensions to this.
Yeah.
No, what it was okay.
Which is a great way to describe the podcast. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll say it like this. It made it harder. So, yes, I naturally have this social inept to me, where it took me a while to get used to having, I would just say, a human interaction. Because that's really, I think, where I struggle. And I still struggle to some degree today, but I've gotten a lot better with. And that is just learning how to connect with another human being. Like, understanding them, like trying to take their feelings in account, like trying to like emotionally connect with them, right? You're telling a story or whatever, you know, it's a skill. It's a skill. And it should not be overlooked. No. If you're like homeschooling, I think is where it can easily get overlooked. And I don't know. So anyways,
I want to comment on this because I also feel the same way.
This is actually a better topic to even talk about.
I just think it's interesting. But like from my perspective, being the youngest, I was definitely looked. I was the most like, I didn't like not even like a question. They didn't even like think that concern never went into their brain of being like, we should like take him out to just like be with other people. That was like so overlooked. It's in a different dimension of its own. But I like from my perspective, being young and just like seeing stuff happen and not really being able to like talk about it, or like I would have thoughts. I'd be like, well, yada yada. I would talk to myself. So I basically was a little crazy as a child. Is what I'm saying. And then I kind of worked out. But But the thing is, I always noticed, I was like, oh, well, at least Jason and Sarah are going to basketball or going to like this friend's birthday. Like, how did you manage to even get invited if you were so socially inept? Or did you carve like a tunnel out of this life or like the situations where you were at that you kind of had like this like a groundhog's hole to like maneuver social like interactions? Like you had like certain people that you could like rely on. Like what was it?
I think it was this.
Yeah.
But I do want to get back to you as well. But so I wasn't. I mean, I don't know. I didn't have as many invites to parties or anything like Sarah. Sarah had more than me. I mean,
so what you're saying,
it
trickled down from Bob.
Yeah,
to, like,
it got worse
just as time.
Different,
yeah,
throughout the different siblings. So with me, I think it was this. Basketball played a huge part in my social life.
In a good way or bad?
Good way.
Yeah, interesting.
And I don't know if I was invited, but maybe to 2 or 3 different parties. All those 3 guys were playing basketball, or were from church. I think what had me get invited was the fact that maybe I was just like, they didn't see me as a bad guy.
Yeah.
Like when I was
maybe
playing,
they just didn't look
like I didn't. It's not like I did anything wrong or like was like mean to anyone. I wasn't mean.
You were
to
just
anyone.
that guy.
I was just the guy that was like. There,
you're like the extra in a scene,
but without any words without any dialogue.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're just like yeah.
So it was like I was like, okay, yeah, and I think they felt sorry for me, honestly.
So
I think they invited me from self-pity. It was just like or from a sense of pity, you know.
These kids found sympathy in Jason's situation.
They found sympathy in my situation.
That's interesting.
Thank you for it. If you're watching,
that's interesting.
I deeply appreciate those times you invited me over.
Now, can I say something? Anytime
go ahead.
Anytime I got into like one of those like, oh, I'm talking and we're discussing, we're having a discourse, I found myself digging myself further into a hole of just being like, I fucked that up. I was like, oh my God, like I can't even talk to that person. I somehow every conversation I had made it like 10 times worse. For me and like the other person. It's not an awe. It's just like, holy shit.
No,
holy shit.
Yeah. So it's like you felt after having a conversation with someone that
I was like,
you had to now bury yourself in the sand.
No, I would just like withdraw further into the abyss.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that. So my question is like, how was I not? I mean, I was around.
No,
I
Jay,
wasn't.
You quit after the Snuffy Club. That's when you tapped out. That was the last memories of me and you. That was the last memories of me and you hanging out and actually having a good time.
Damn, Snuffy Club.
That was it.
The last time.
That was the last time.
We would go out in the woods, though.
That was the last true. Yeah. Okay.
See, I'm trying to remember because I know I did spend more time going out, like doing basketball. So
than I ever
at
did.
Like 15,
yeah.
I started doing it, and I know when I did that.
Did
didn't see you.
Did you ever think of me and being like, I wonder if Noah's experiencing the same thing I just went through at any point in that time, or were you too self-absorbed?
I was
in your own chaos.
I was trying just to experience life.
So you were trying to survive. You were trying to stay above water.
Just trying to stay above water, dude.
Yeah.
I was,
and you were letting me drown miles away.
Yeah, I never really.
You really never thought about me. Well, I know you didn't.
Well, because sometimes you don't know what is good or how good normal is until you experienced it. So to me, I didn't know I didn't even know I was drowning. You know what I mean? Like, it was like this sense of just like you were at oblivion to a point, Yeah. You weren't really living, And
I wasn't living?
Now we're living. We're experiencing.
I feel like I've been living my entire life.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Human connection, interaction is so important.
Yeah.
And it was so undervalued, I think.
In the Messarge household.
And other than, I guess, family, but then I'm trying to think, did we even really interact with I mean, we interacted with each other, but we didn't, connect with each other.
No.
I mean, Sarah and I think we're the only ones where we were, I think we had a good bond up to the point where she like got to 15, 16. Then we did like not very, we didn't really talk as much. So I guess it was the same thing. But so it happened to me and Sarah though. Like Sarah, she lost touch with me when she turned like that age. And then I lost touch with you when I turned that age.
Yeah. And then
And
I lost touch with myself
Snuffy.
at that age.
Where's Snuffy today, Noah?
I have him.
Do you have him?
Yeah, of course I have him.
Are you
Jay.
sure? Okay.
Yeah, I have him.
Have you reconnected
No,
with
I
him?
haven't. Jay,
Like,
he's in a
talked with
fucking
him?
plastic bag.
Oh.
Gonna bury him
You should bring
outside.
him out. But I can't
No.
do that anymore. That would be weird.
Jason, I'm not asking you to play Snuffy with me, all right? You fucking pervert. I'm just asking, from what I experienced, I had the interactions you had. Really, it was only at church, and that was horrible, might I say. I mean, it was really, really bad. Every interaction. People thought I was just sifting money from the old folks with dementia because I had a deck of cards and I was a fast talker, I was like, you got a dollar?
You were a good fast talker. Yeah.
So I had a shtick, but that was not by any means a personal relationship with another human. That was just me making money.
No, I get it. I totally get it. And even at Risaldi's, right?
Yeah.
Because you would do that at Risaldi's the church.
Yeah.
Do you remember us being like, Noah, we don't think you should be doing that?
Yeah.
What did you say again?
I just said, you know what? I don't care.
Was that your way of communicating?
That was like,
So what we thought was just like, oh, Noah's trying to take money from people. It was actually your way.
It was me reaching out to other people. It was the only way to connect. I had a front. To be honest, I had a front. That was my front because I didn't have any.
Trying to discourage that.
Yeah. That's really fucked up. I actually never even thought of that in so long. But you really did uncover a thought that was my thing. I was like, I don't have any front of starting a conversation. So here's a deck of cards.
To do a card
hey,
trick.
do you want to? Yeah,
it makes sense.
That was something. But you guys, you were like, Noah, stop buttoning your top button. Stop with the fucking deck of bicycle cards and fucking live your life. But that was really me living my life. That was me connecting.
That's profound.
Yeah. How do you feel about discouraging that?
You were a little over top.
I had to be, Jay. I had to be.
Why?
I had to be.
Why did you have to dress like Mr. Monk from
Jason? Listen,
why?
it was
I didn't understand.
Jason, I had to set myself apart from other people, and by doing that, it did. Not only the way I dress, but in the way I interact with cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
Wow.
This is
that
crazy.
was a real nugget of wisdom. I feel
it
like,
was.
or at least a memory, old memory nugget.
That's good.
Took out of the attic.
Well, I was curious about that. Because I was thinking to myself, I was like, wait, because I know we were close. We do the Snuffy clubhouse, and I remember doing all that with you, and I thought we were pretty close at that point. But then I was like, when did it drop off? When did I stop talking with Noah? Because I remember I stopped talking to you. I stopped talking to Sarah. Really, it's just you were your own. You had to figure yourself out, And
how did you do that, Jay? How did you tune into yourself? How did you figure out to live with yourself?
To
be in your skin every day.
Well, it's just a long process. Took probably longer than it needed to. I think most people sort of figure out who they are and what they like to do and what they want to do around maybe 18 or something, or at least by 18. But I don't know. I feel the most underdeveloped part of me was social interaction. So when I was 16, I learned how to work hard. I grew in that area. Responsibility on time, things like that. That was a priority to me in my mind. But then what was lacking was that part. So I think that was the underdeveloped part for sure, because that wasn't until about 20 I feel like I really started making progress in that area. And then especially over the last couple of years, I think it was just, and it's just what helped was situations where you're uncomfortable, chaos, or the different seasons where you're
Full circle.
that it helps grow you.
Yeah.
It helps grow you. So, yeah. So I don't know, but I'd be curious to get Sarah on here and hear her life story.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. But yeah. So I think I do need to get going. It's 8:00.
It's 8:00. All right.
So.
Well, do you have any closing statements? Anything you want to add before we wrap this up? You got a Bible verse you want to read us?
I have a poem. A famous poem. I think you'll like this one. I don't I'll just read half of it.
Who reads half a poem? Who reads half a poem?
I do.
Read the full poem if you're going to read the poem.
Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. We're ending this show.
Is this fucking Patton?
No, this
Sounds
is Dylan
like
Thomas.
Oh, shit.
All right. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage. Rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words have forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night.
All right. That was fun. That was fun. But on one more note, this is how I'd like to end the podcast, Jason. That camera is, let me say, 11-year-old Jason. All right. Right there. He's standing there in all his glory. Right there in the little lens. That's you. All right. You have, what do you say to him? How do you make it better for him? How do you make this time easier in his life when he's figuring stuff out? What can you possibly say?
What could I say?
No, Jay. What do you want to? What do you want to communicate to Jason?
You know, if my 11-year-old self was standing right there, I would. I don't have the words on hand, but
that's
I know
bad.
what I would do.
That's bad. If your 11-year-old self is like a time traveler
I'm trying to
in a parallel universe,
I would have to remember where I was at 11 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to just give a goofy or what is it like everything's gonna be all right.
Yeah, for sure.
I would just give him a hug.
You would give him that's really interesting. You would communicate to him through physical touch.
Yep.
That's really honestly that's honestly the best thing you could have said. Guys, this has been the No Messarge podcast. All right. New episode coming soon. So stay tuned. That's a wrap, Jay. That's a wrap.